Yo, what's going on, guys? Eric Designs here, or just Brebner if you want to call me that, that's fine too. I'm here for you guys with a business mock-up tutorial of sorts. Basically, this is going to be a three-part series or series of videos, I guess. And I'm going to teach you guys how to make a business mock-up tutorial. Now, in just fair warning, don't mind the crudeness and amateur-ishness stuff, yeah, of the one that I've just designed for you guys right now because again, this is just a tutorial, so I didn't want to go into really, advanced and just really meticulous kind of things. I just wanted to show you guys how you can create a nice business mock-up and or business card mock-up and yeah, so it should be quite fun. So this first part, I'm not going to teach you guys how to design a card yet. I'm not going to teach you guys about all the After Effects and lighting and all that stuff. Right now, we're just going to get into the background and the layout. So like how to put the cards down and all that kind of stuff. So when choosing a picture, let me take off all these lighting effects. So when choosing a picture, I always would want to choose something that has a perspective. Now, when I say that, I mean something along the lines of if I go to my pictures and I think like something like this. Like it's got, a slant to it. It's got a perspective. When you put something on there and you put it at the right angle, it'll make it look realistic. Now, what you could do and what I would really recommend is take a picture of some business cards, and if you don't have any, just on the hand business cards, just cut a 3.5 by 2 piece of paper or something along the lines, just some picture paper, something at least thicker than just a blank piece of paper, and stack them and put them however you want. Doesn't matter really. You're the designer. Make it what you will, and then take a picture of it wherever you want it to be. And then all you got to do, or what I would just do, is t- uh, keep the camera where it is and all that kind of stuff, and then take another picture of just the surface. So what you have will be two pictures, and one would just be, say, you take a picture of your desk. Now, I know I'm not doing anything on the screen at the moment, and I'm really sorry about that. I should have some templates and all that kind of stuff for you guys so you know what I'm trying to talk about. But I guess I could have something here. Um, so now this isn't a picture I took, but looking at this, you could take a picture of them like this, the cards, so that you know how you want to interpret the cards. And then when you get done, just move the cards out of the way, keep the camera where it is, and take a picture of just the surface. And then what you can do is you can place the cards and manipulate them how you want them to as the layout is on there or whatever you have, and then go from there. But today, I don't have anything like that. I didn't take a picture or anything. So I'm just going to be going into the blind and all that kind of stuff. So let's get started. So when picking a picture, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you pick. Like I said, you can pick anything. I just grabbed like a leather texture and I put a perspective on it in Photoshop already. But to start off from anew, we're just going to delete that. We're going to delete these shadows and those. We'll keep these at least, or, well, we'll keep them here for just a moment. But for right now, we're just going to pull in that one picture that I was talking about, the wood perspective. So we're going to pull this in here. And you see how it's not, it's not as big or whatever. You can just resize it. Or if you don't like doing that kind of thing, you can put this, say, right in the middle and then try and duplicate and all that. But just for time's sake and tutorial purposes, I'm just going to make it bigger. I'm going to do that. Now, again, After Effects on these are really, it's a meticulous kind of thing. They're really minute things that I do. But when I, get a picture and it's a smart object, I'll just go into, say, like a curves, pull a curve, Make the darks a little bit darker, make the lights just a little bit lighter, not too light though. And then I'll just do one of these, hit save. All right. Sadly, I'm gonna have to get rid of these because it's not gonna let me save it otherwise. Or, actually, I didn't have to do that. I don't know why it's doing this to me. It does this a lot. Flatten image, save it, yes. And so now what we have is we just have this picture now. So, I mean, I probably will have to delete these sooner or later, these cards that I've previously made. I mean, if we want, we can use them here, but um, okay. So now that you have your background, you can rename it whatever background. And then you can add your own light sources and all that kind of stuff. So I'd recommend, well, recommend getting a new layer. And I put my brush really high, about 1300, and I get a white and a straight black. So get a pure white and a pure black RGB, and then just put where your light source is. And my light source is going to be right there. So we're going to put overlay. Now you see how it's really, really making it look blown out. We'll just put that on a 50. Yeah, actually. We'll go about 30. Yeah, 30 seems okay. Now we have a pretty dark spot over here, so we're not going to touch that. We're not going to add anything there. So now what you can do is, let me just get rid of this because we don't need that anymore. So now what you can do is you can make the business card, or you can you yeah, you can make your business card. Now I've already got them made. I have a front and the back already made. So all I will do is just pull this into here. I'm just going to pull the background. Now, I mean, this is obviously not the, you know, the realist way to do it, but or not the realist. I mean, like the most efficient way. The most efficient way to make it beforehand and all that kind of stuff. Now you see that I'm shrinking it down. I'm shrinking it down because of the way that these um the well, I don't know why I'm trying to say. Um, the reason why I'm shrinking it down, I mean, is just because it's really, really huge. And if we were to put a, well, actually, you know what? We'll try this. We'll see if this works. So as you can see how the boards and are tiled, so they're tiled really slanted, you can manipulate your card to go that way. And I will do that right now. Make sure that I get it nice and now, as you can see, it looks like this is that the card is almost on its own kind of perspective. We're just going to bring it forward just a little bit. Maybe put this on a lesser angle. How can I? Here we go. Put it more so like this. There we go. Hit that. Ah. Again, these are all very, very minute kind of things that you're going to be messing with. And again, as for time's sake, I wouldn't be doing this kind of thing. Um, okay, so now make it a smart object. Double, see, I already made my first mistake right there. Ugh, this is not turning out well. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Pull it back in again. I may cut that out and I may not. I have no idea, really. Actually, yeah, we're just going to shrink it down just a bit. So pull that in, make it a smart object from here, and then, and actually, you know what? We should take off all these effects. Take off all the effects on it, and then make it a smart object. And now you have the opened part. Let me just get rid of that. Now you have, oh, now you have where the image is, and since for some reason this happens when you ever make a smart object, I just put this up to about 10, and I'd say about, what do you think here, 15? Yeah, just to give it a nice border around it, because what happens is if you were to put a drop shadow, it only sees what is in case. So if it's all the way to the edges of your um, picture or whatever you have here, it will not distribute it onto here. So if I had So if I undo this and say I put a drop shadow on it, so say I just put a drop shadow, and we'll just make sure that you'll be able to see it. So put the spread up, put the distance down, and like put it all the way up to there, whatever. So you see, you don't see the drop shadow, and so then when we hit save here, there's no drop shadow in here either. But when we open up the canvas size back to what it was, 15, ooh, that's a lot, 15, hit OK, you can now see it, and if we hit save again, now you can see it here as well. So it's it's weird sometimes. I don't know. But in any case, oh, I gotta hit save. Okay, so that's what you should do first, not what I did the first time. I'm sorry about that. That was a poor play on my part right there. So we're gonna go to distort. We're gonna pull these down and make them go with the lines of the boards. I mean, and you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because of the type of card that I have. I'm just gonna pull this one up. I'm gonna pull this one right there. I'm not liking how this is turning out. Really, it's irritating me. Um, yeah. Well, we'll work with it for now. We'll work with it. Actually, no, we won't. This is this is so bad on my part. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, maybe draw that out just a bit more. No, that's not helping either. Man, what is going on here? What is going on? This is not going how I want it to. Maybe just a simple rotation. Nope. Okay, well, we'll put a rotation on it and we'll put a perspective. So put that there, put this here, move this up, and then what we'll do is we'll distort it, pull this to be the same right there. There we go. Okay, that's what I was looking for. All right. So I'm sorry. I know that took a very, very long time. And let me just check to see how much time we have. Oh, geez, we are recording for 12 minutes. Okay. I'm going to try and make these short, basically 15 minutes. And so if I really get on a run on, I'm really sorry about that. So now that you've got what you, now that you've figured out the layout of what you want, so you have your layer opened right here, you can just pull the information, and I already have the information right here. So I'm just going to pull this information up on this one. I'm going to hold, and I'm just going to center this onto there. Um, in the world. Okay. I'm not so sure what the heck's going on with that. I'm really not. I don't know why it's doing that too. That is really, really weird. Okay, well, because I'm pressed for time, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm so sorry, guys. I know that this first part was not very, very informative, but I'm gonna get my bearings back. I'll be recording the second part, or basically the first part continued, right after this, so just hold on.